Oh man, so we got a storm coming. It's going to hit the United States. Now, here in the pink, right here in the middle, all of that is going to be freezing rain, is what he is saying. And the blue is snow, and the orange is sleet. So, with this being so pink, and what he's saying is, and this is Ron Hall, y'all. I will put the link in the description. I will try to remember. Let me write this down. Ron Hall's link in this. Okay, so I'll do that. So this is his forecast for today. Well, he did this forecast today. And he usually, I mean, he said if the only time he's not going to be on is when he is sleeping. So for the next several days, he's going to be on top of this. Y'all need to check out Ron Hall, y'all. He's got 3 million subs. The guy, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. He covers all of this, hurricanes, tornadoes, all of this stuff. He does a really good job. But look at here. Through the middle here, what is the green? I guess the green is, I don't even know what that says. I can't hardly see it. But I don't want to play his video, guys. I will put the link in the description. If you've never heard of him before, you can go check him out. But this forecast is for Sunday. So even he had for Saturday, I mean, we're just going to get hammered for 2 days. Maybe 3. Okay? That's as far as I went into this. I'll look at this more later. I just wanted to give you a recap. If you guys out there, I'll try to get this video posted as quickly as I can, but go get your supplies. They're talking about power outages, especially if you're in these, if you live in the, especially in this pink area where you have the freezing rain, you're going to have down trees, power lines down. We went and got wood. We've got this insert thing that sets inside the fireplace. It's got a glass window. You can see it. It's not going to, if the power goes out, it's not going to have the fan. Usually there's a fan that can help circulate the heat, but at least we can have one room warm. You know, she had a good idea today, because I was like, oh, if the power goes out, I went and got baked potatoes, and we could do baked potatoes in the insert of the fireplace. It's a stove, rather. I guess that's what you call it. But she's like, well, hey, we've got this old rinky-dink thing that you'd put charcoal in. It's a round one, right? It's small. I was like, oh, yeah, I can take that. And we just built a fire out of wood because I don't have any coal. So I was like, that's a great idea. I'll just build a fire, get me some good coals, aluminum foil the grill, and then we can cook up, chicken, some hamburgers, or whatever we need to cook. Go out there and put a pan on it, scramble up some eggs. I don't know. I think I'm going to go by Walmart. I've got this pan. I can use a sterno. I can cook on, because if the power goes out, guys, I'm thinking, we could be out of power for a day or two. I don't know. I don't know how long, if we're going to be in a deep freeze for a minute. I don't know. I need to look at more of the weather, but all I'm doing is I'm preparing for being out of power for a while with some candles and things. And guys, I went to the grocery store this morning. The meat aisle was wiped out. I should have took a picture of it. I should have took a picture of it. I didn't think about it until I got out in the car, and I didn't feel like walking back in because I had a whole bunch of stuff to do. Yeah, the meat aisle was wiped out. Now, I did pick up some pork chops. I hope I did offend somebody. I don't know, but yeah, they eat pork chops here. But I go to get the milk, and all the whole milk. I mean, the whole. You know how they got refrigerators just lined up. I mean, it was empty. So, but I managed to get 2 gallons of 2% milk of the store brand. So I did get to pick up some milk for them. Because I know my son, he likes cereal and stuff like that, and he likes to dip his cookies in some milk. So I got that. So they're set there. Picked up some bread. So yeah, I guess I guess I'm as ready as I can be. I don't know. Like I said, I think this evening or tomorrow morning I'll go by Walmart and see if I can pick up a couple sternos. I've got a little pan, little thing that you can put a pan on, put the sterno on, then you just cook it, put the sterno out, boom, you can keep reusing it and reusing it, and making sure we got some candles and things like that. So please be safe out there. Today's Thursday. I hope you guys are not waiting to the last minute. Oh, I went to get a sack of potatoes. And almost all the potatoes were almost wiped out. I'm not kidding. Maybe I should go back up there and take some pictures. But I ended up getting a 5-pound bag of potatoes. That's a lot of potatoes, by the way. There was only 10 at the most bags left. I don't know. I just only know there was just a couple of bags left. And I was like, wow, I'm just going to grab one. And maybe there was 5 bags. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The only hamburger that was left were those little packs of hamburger that are like that big. Not even quite a pound. Or maybe they say it's a pound, but it don't look like a pound. You know, they want $6 for it or whatever it was. But wow, what the meats were wiped out. Unbelievable. And I went to go pick her up some more cottage cheese, and he likes it. And all the cottage cheese was gone except for the low fat. I was like, what? Everybody loves cottage cheese? I guess. Well, just stay safe. Well, hooray! We have seen some arrests. So let's get into the news. And again, let me reiterate, please be safe over the next few days. Be sure you're checking your weather, and I'm sure you guys are, and I hope you really are. And you must prepare. You must prepare, because if you lose power, man, and it's freezing outside, you don't have a fireplace, you don't have a generator. My goodness, I don't know. I just don't know what to tell you. I'm not an expert, but be looking up everything that you can do in your area, emergency stuff in your area. Make sure your cell phones are charged up. Just some basic stuff, I guess. Just make sure in your area, call if you're not sure what you need to be doing. Call some professionals and see if they can give you some way better advice than I could give you. All right, 2 ringleaders of anti-ICE mob who stormed and terrorized those poor people in the church. They were peaceful protesters, by the way, including school board member arrested. AG Pam G announced. Let me get this better in here for you. My technical skills are impeccable today. Let's see. A BLM leader. Yeah, that should just tell you everything. She's a professional, peaceful agitator and school board member and other alleged ringleader. Why is this not in there for me? Or for you. Ringleader of an anti-ICE mob who stormed a Minnesota church, who terrorized a Minnesota church during Sunday service, have been arrested, Attorney General Pam Bondi announced Thursday. I wonder if Don Lemon is shaking in his boots or his little girly high heels. We have arrested Nakima Levy Armstrong, who allegedly, there was no allegedly, my guy. She did it. It's on video. Planned a key role in organizing the coordinated attack on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. AG Bondi said in a statement on X, listen loud and clear. We do not tolerate attacks on places of worship. And there's the perp walk. There is the perp walk. You think those peaceful protests are going to be outraged? Oh, you blurred out that agent's face? How dare you? Good Lord. Just retard nation. And there she is being perk walked. How wonderful is that? Actually, I want to see some video of it. Armstrong allegedly, no, she did, led the group, including Don Sucks Lemons, from the Radical Justice Network to storm the church, to terrorize the church, and call out resident pastor David Eastwood. accusing him of moonlighting as an acting field officer director for ICE in Minnesota. And so what if he was? May God bless him and his family. A picture of Armstrong being led away in handcuffs was shared by Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, on X on Thursday morning. I have more pics. She was arrested too, by the way, guys. And she is a school board member. Yep, her retarded butt was on there as well. Chantilly Louise Allen was taken into custody. I want to see a perk walk of her as well. Armstrong is being charged with conspiracy against rights, which makes it a federal crime to intimidate someone in the free exercise of their rights as secured by the U.S. Constitution. Boy, did they just decide, hey man, we're going to take one for the team? Team left? Apparently I overused my grok usage. I mean, I'm just, I'll see a post and I'm asking Grok, is this post for real? I'm double checking it. And I didn't know you only get 20 uses of Grok and they said I had to wait like 2 hours or something. And I was like, what? And it said, oh, you need to upgrade the premium or, extra premium. But guys, I can't afford to do that. So I just have to wait and then just try to look at posts that I think might be legit, or if I have a post I didn't get to double check, I'll let you know, and I'll say, hey, I didn't get to do this because Grok says I'm in a timeout. So I apologize, but hey, that's the way it is. Maybe one day when I grow up, I can get premium on X, and I can get premium on YouTube. Man, premium on YouTube, you could download stuff. Wow. And no commercials. Wouldn't that be fabulous for my shows? Yes, it would indeed. And so would it be if I had the good premium on X. And then I'd probably even get even greater access to Grok. AG Pam Bondi also confirmed that a second suspect, Chantilly. Is it Chantilly? Chantilly Lake. Louise Allen, who bragged about organizing the protest. What a retard. Had been taken into custody in a separate X post. Allen, a Black Lives Matter leader. Wow, are we shocked? A member of the St. Paul Public School Board of Education. My God. This is crazy. She's part of the school board, and she's a peaceful protester. Had earlier compared herself to Jesus, saying she had been inspired by his cleansing of the temple. My God, that's almost blasphemous. I don't know. Somebody let me know who's a little more smarter than I am, but that's bad. That is a bad thing to say. And here's the two morons now. There you go. Retard on steroids. Wow. Minutes ago, at my direction, FBI agents executed an arrest in Minnesota. So far, we have arrested Nikoma Levy Armstrong, who allegedly played a key role in organizing the coordinated attack on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. We will share more updates as they become available. Listen loud and clear. We do not tolerate attacks on places of worship. I think they should have been arrested that night. In the middle of the night. On Sunday. I grew up in a church, and one of the things that I remember about Jesus Christ is that when things weren't going right in the church, he went in and he flipped tables, Allen told TMZ, adding that her mother was a pastor. I think Jesus did that is because they were doing it on the Sabbath. They were doing that stuff. It wasn't for... Jesus didn't have all of them come and protest and disrupt a service that was actually worshiping God. St. Paul Public School Board of Education did not respond immediately to requests for comment, and they're probably not going to. They're going to stand by their gal. They're all leftist retards and want your children to be just as stupid as ever. Happy Mouse. Happy Mouse. A.G. Bundy's announcement was met with dozens of responses calling for the arrest of frequently fired frequently fired. What? I can't ask Grok. How many times was this guy fired? Frequently fired news commentator Don Sucks Lemons, who was it's not allegedly, among the rabble who stormed the church. No, he was totally there. And there's the citizen, the outstanding citizen of the community, storms a church. Why didn't they storm a black church? Huh? Whoa, because what are they saying, that there was no ICE agents there? I've seen a lot of ICE agents who are black and Hispanic. Thank you, A.G. Bundy. Let us know when Don Sucks Lemons is arrested as well, one ex-user wrote. Christianophobia has no place in Minnesota anywhere, added a second. Unbelievable. Let's touch a little bit on Virginia. Congratulations, Virginia Democrats. You didn't just elect a homicidal psychopath. You elected a homicidal psychopathic retard. Attorney General Jay Jones. I think they stole the election. Today, I took a decisive action to stop Donald Trump's attack on Virginia's in-state tuition law. My office will use every legal tool available to defend Virginia laws and protect our students from Trump's federal overreach. When did ever Trump always wants to make America great, make children smarter, have more schools for, what do they call them, schools where you go learn, trade schools. Want more trade schools to be built? I heard him say it in a press conference. I've never heard a Democrat say that. Nope, they need more diversity classes, not trade schools. They need more diversity classes. Anyway, this guy, look, what is he protecting Virginia from Trump? Virginia, you need to be protected from him and from Spew Burger. Check this out. Virginia Democrats have introduced a bill that mandates children be taught inclusive history. That includes every marginalized group on the planet, including transgender and queer people. What did I say? Virginia, you should have protected your children from them. And here's the bill. Here is the bill. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, it's not that I am trying to jump around, but the left are in league together. And also what they're trying to do, Pam Bondi and Jones. In fact, I think I do have it. I'll have to keep going through this. Maybe I'll find it in just a moment. Where Spazberger, they're stopping law enforcement to assist the ICE agents. Yep, that's what they're doing. They're all in cahoots together to just destroy America. Destroy America. Update in a stunning announcement. House GOP chairwoman Lisa McClain. Y'all remember? Never mind. I always quote movies. Die Hard. McClain can only make people that angry. Dropped a bombshell on Minnesota Governor Tampon Tim saying, let's be clear. Tim Walz has stolen money from American kids and given it to the Somalian fraudsters. House Republicans will hold him accountable. Man, I want to see him in handcuffs and perk walk too. Yes, I do. Oh, yes.
Democrats took money from our kids. Democrats took money from your kids, the kids who need it most, dumped it into fraudulent daycare facilities, and turned the other way when this abuse was reported. This has been their pattern, so this really shouldn't surprise anybody. But what's happening there is absolutely disgusting. Tim Walz can announce that he won't run again. for governor, but he will still be held accountable by House Republicans. And that's exactly what we're doing this week in the House Oversight Committee. Democrats took...
We can only hope and pray, ladies and gentlemen. I thought this was funny. That's all I can play of it. That's probably got a copyright. It says, wait, they arrested someone? Holy moly. They finally arrested someone. Ring the bells. Pam Bondi did something. Hallelujah. 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 I mean, what I found hypocritical, y'all, is when they were doing those committee hearings on to bring in contempt charges, that committee for, what's his name? Epstein. For the stupid Epstein files, which we all just want to move on. So the Clintons were held in contempt because they didn't show up to testify. And a bunch of them were coming out going, well, the Democrats, well, it just wouldn't look good charging a contempt charges of a former president. Need I say it? They had no problem throwing massive charges at Trump, raiding his home in Mar-a-Lago, going through his son's room, the whole entire house with weapons. But it'll be inappropriate if we bring charges against Bill Clinton and his wife because he's a former president, and it just wouldn't be appropriate. What? Good Lord. We have another victory, guys. Activist just lost. Take the L, baby. And DHS agents have the go-ahead to use force on these leftist peaceful agitators if needed. Tear gas, pepper spray, all on the table. The judge couldn't stop it. I want to see them with the big fire, the trucks with the water. It's freezing out there, and hose the badootie out of them. And I have been doing a decent job on not cussing. Yep, guys, I've been trying not to drop the F-bomb and cuss in the show. Yeah, I think I said arse yesterday. All right, we got the maniac libtard. Maniac who screamed in the faces of people trying to worship at City's church has a meltdown following the arrest of Nikema Levy Armstrong. Well, he has a meltdown. He knew it was coming. He was posting stuff. His wife is afraid for him. She must have known you did something really bad, and I'm afraid. Get the F out in the streets now. It's time to shut this down. Time to shut this down. Why is this doing this to me? Get out in the streets. It's time to shut this down. Time to shut this country down. We are fascism. The Republicans are effing fallen. Yes, they have. My goodness. I guess I should tell you, warning, he's going to be using foul language because he's just a foul person. He has no respect for himself, his wife, or children that were at that church.
They've just arrested Nikema Armstrong for our protest on Sunday. You know, my lawyers tell me they have no fucking case. This use of the FACE Act and the KKK Act is complete bullshit. But let's be honest, they don't fucking care. They don't believe in the rule of law. They're fascists. They're now going after fucking the Clintons for the Epstein files? What the fuck?
The hypocrisy. They went after Trump like we've never seen anybody go after a president in the history of this nation. They went after his son. In fact, his son wrote a book, not Don, but the other son, the blonde-haired one, the really tall one. And I saw him in a book review interview, and he said that, and I can't go check it on Grok yet, guys, sorry. He had over 80-something indictments. Like the most in anybody in the history of getting indictments. How insane is that? And this guy didn't do nothing. He was working for his dad. He was in the construction business. and they were in real estate business. He was busy working all the time. He didn't know what was going on. They went after him for conclusion with Russia. What is happening? Yeah, they got just hammered. Hammered. Those two little old ladies. Where were they protecting those I don't know how many old ladies it was that got arrested for praying outside of an abortion clinic and got like 40 years in prison. I haven't gone to see if they've gotten out, or did Trump, give them a reprieve, with the auto pen, let him free, which he should. Maybe he did. I don't know. I need to look up that. But where were they? Where were they fighting for those little old ladies' rights to pray? Nope. They're doing God's work. And America and Trump and mega conservatives, Christians, you're just all fascists.
Fuck. God damn it, people. When will you stop fucking acting like everything's normal and going about your fucking days? Get in the fucking streets now. It's time to shut this country down. We are at fascism. The republic has fucking fallen. Please, Americans, please stand up for something. Do not be the same as those in 1930s Germany. Because right now, that's exactly what you're all fucking doing. Please wake the fuck up.
Wait a minute. What people in 1930s Germany? What is he talking about? What is he saying? The Nazis were persecuting the Jews. What is he saying? Because they didn't do anything? They didn't think that these people were going to mass murder them. Good God. I guess we need to think now, guys, that stuff can happen. But he's a retard. He's on some other crazy level. Get out in the streets. Get out and do what? Blow stupid whistles and get on everybody's nerves? Try to run over an officer and get killed? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Meet Laura Dines Gillespie. I don't know how to pronounce this retard's name. Upon learning that Iran placed a bounty on President Trump's head, she offered them a place to stay, to take them to lunch. Well, I guess that's lunch. Is that supposed to be lunch? And even a party to celebrate a successful attempt. But she didn't stop there. She didn't stop there. What did she do? What did she do? Oh my God. Oh my God. She encouraged them to target additional members of his administration. Say it isn't so. Dionys Gillespie is the Director of Development for Abilities Plus. What the hell is that? Nonprofit. Oh God. Organization supporting individuals with disabilities. So that's another fraud scheme scam. You know it is. She's a left libtard, and she's affiliated with a nonprofit organization for disabilities. You good Lord, you know it's a scam. And Kewanee, Illinois, where she manages fundraising. People with such extreme views should have no business working for an organization dedicated to helping others' well-being. Be polite, but make your voice heard. Let Abilities Plus know who they are employing. Their phone number is area code 309-852-4629, and that is 309-852-4626. Now, hopefully I didn't get those numbers mixed up there, by the way. Sometimes I'll look at a 6 and say 9. Yep, it's true. It's true. I do that sometimes. So, look, I don't know nothing about this organization. Now, because she's a leftard and she's involved in it, it's their fault for us having to assume this. So every nonprofit needs to be investigated. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. Almost 19 billion of fraud just in Minnesota. So yeah, Illinois needs to be checked out too. checked out too. Let's see what this lovely model citizen has to say.
Iran has come
Ooh,
out and clarified
what is happening? I don't know what's happening.
that they're only after Trump and not all of America. Totally.
Here, let me back that up. I don't know. There's some lagging going on. I don't know what's happening. Maybe, okay, tinfoil hat. Maybe it's the powers that be. They don't like what I'm saying, so I'm getting this interference. So we can't get the good word out, people. Make sure you like and subscribe because YouTube doesn't like it either. They don't like conservative Christian views at all. So let's make them pay for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like and subscribe.
Iran has come out and clarified that they're only after Trump and not all of America. Totally understand, guys. Do you guys need a place to stay when you take care of business? Can we take you out to lunch to thank you? You let us know. Do you want a party after it's done? We can do it. We can do it. And you know what? Don't stop with just the one, okay? There's quite a few others up there that you can take as well. Go big or go home.
Oh my God.
That's my motto, okay?
Wow.
Don't just stop at one. Overachieve. That's what we want from you, Iran. Because there's a core group in Washington. Take them all. They're yours, okay? We'll have lunch after to discuss. And thank you. Iran has come out and clarified that they're only after Trump and not all.
Do you think there's I don't know. Is there a law against what she just did? Because isn't that... I guess it's not a conspiracy anymore. She's offering her home to assist them in an assassination. So I don't know. I don't know much about nothing. But I would think she needs to be arrested just for being a retard. All right, I found this interesting. He says, let me get this straight. There's a loophole in the Constitution's definition of a census that counts all residents. What is happening? This includes 15 million plus illegal migrants. Therefore, states and counties with large populations of illegal immigrants get greater representation in Congress. Y'all know that's why they've been flooding. They've been flooding the United States with that so they could have just endless power to keep the people somewhat happy with money, welfare, food, give them shelter, keep them docile, and just keep bringing these illegals in. Regardless of which states or counties these benefit, this is not acceptable loophole in the democratic process. I agree. Table Stack's move is to ensure that the census only counts citizens. I would think. The Founding Fathers were brilliant, but they didn't anticipate a world in which the population of illegal immigrants, 15 to 30 million, would be 5 times greater than the entire population of America, 3 million, at the time when the Constitution was written. No, because I guess they didn't think anybody was retarded enough to do this. I mean, they knew that there was harm and danger and other things, but good God, I don't think they anticipated who the hell would want all these third world low IQ invaders in the country that offer nothing to society, no work skills. They're all on welfare. They're all on the federal dole, the state dole, taxpayers' dole. And they keep marrying their cousins. They all practice Islam. They're all Muslims. All of them. Good God. And they will never assimilate. Never. What is happening? What is happening? We cannot let them stay. Debates regulating illegal immigration office focus on policy issues like welfare, healthcare, crime, economic contributions, and etc. All right, here she is on CNN the other night justifying her. I might have played this clip in a video yesterday, but we're reviewing because she's been arrested. And this is what she was saying on CNN. So she was going around the circuit justifying her actions like it's going to make a difference. Well, because I said it and I feel this way. It's all about feelings. It's all about the feelings.
And I do want to correct something that was said in the beginning. We did not rush into that church. We actually went and sat down and participated in the service.
Now, their volume is weird, so, because it's sounding weird in my headset.
And after the pastor prayed, that is when I stood up and asked him a question in response to his.
Well, wasn't that thoughtful of her? She waited for the prayer. It looked like to me that they were coming in and they just walked right in. Maybe I need to relook at it, but that's what it looked like to me. That they just walked in like a China, a bull in a China shop.
His prayer. And then he responded to me. And then I proceeded to ask him about Pastor David Easterwood and how is it possible for him to serve as both the pastor and the director of ICE for Minnesota. And instead of
so that made it okay. I waited for him to stop praying. But then I asked him a question. That's terrorizing him. You're asking him something that has nothing to do with the religious service, nothing. You are interrogating him. You are terrorizing them with y'all's presence of numbers. I just want to hear, oh, this is going to be in federal. We're not going to get to see a trial if there's a trial. Unless she plea deals, they better not give her a good plea deal. Oh, my God. No, you better throw the book at her and put her in solitary confinement like they did to the January 6ers.
Responding to me, as soon as I said the name David Easterwood, the pastor says, shame, shame. And that.
Oh, so that means he's in league with ICE and against you because as soon as you said Inglewood, he's like, oh no, shame, shame. I guess she thinks we're all retards.
That is when I led us in chants, justice for Renee Good and hands up, don't shoot. So I want to clarify that. We didn't rush in. We didn't bust in. We were a part of the service until I got up and posed that question to the pastor.
All right. And obviously, I'm not going to dispute your saying what happened. I'm merely describing how CNN is describing it.
I'm only describing how CNN is describing it, but why wouldn't you describe it how what you saw with your own eyes? They have no journalistic integrity. They have to do what the bosses say.
Obviously wasn't in the room.
Because I wasn't in the room.
Question to the pastor.
All right. And
hold up.
And we were a part of the service.
Right there. You were not ever a part of that service. Never. Never. She said we were a part of that service until he wouldn't answer my questions. So then we got all up in there, and we started shouting some more retarded stuff. Like for Brown? Brown was an idiot. For Pete's sakes, people. This is oh my God. The only bad word I can say is calling them retards. This guy says, Don Lemon didn't stumble into that church. He planned it. He filmed it. Oh, hold up a second. Well, I don't know why I'm getting this lag. It's driving me crazy. He went in to disrupt worship. He intimidated churchgoers because of their faith, because of their race. That's against the FACE Act. That's conspiracy against rights. This guy goes on to say, he's not a bystander, not a reporter. He's a trespasser. He walked into the pulpit and disrupted a live service. Ooh. I didn't well, live like meaning that was happening right there, or were they filming it? Ah, that's interesting. That's illegal, press badge or not. There you go. Wow. Oh. 198 House Democrats voted down a bill to require proof of citizenship to vote. Wow. So you had Republicans. Let me get this in here for you. So it has, here we go. Republicans, yay, 216. 5 Democrats said yay. Total 221. Nays were 198. I don't know how many they need to get it passed. Somebody can let me know in the comments. I'm in grok detention. I have to wait so I can get some more grok. Because I did too many this morning researching for today's show prep. And I didn't get to this one. Well, here's retard Como talking to Fry. Look at Fry's face where I paused it. Oh my God. I'm going to leave that alone. This is Congressman, I forgot what his last name was, but anyway, there he is. He says, if you're willing to break federal immigration law, if you admit on national television that you're willing to break federal immigration law, then don't be surprised when ICE government agents show up in your city to enforce the federal immigration law you refuse to uphold. It's that simple. It's a big duh. And here, Virginia. Y'all know where I got that from? Virginia. John Carter. One of the aliens, because he could jump. John Carter could jump. But the aliens thought his name was Virginia because he said he was from Virginia. I love that movie. But, yeah, he's like, Virginia. So, Virginia, look, y'all are going to have this problem. If Trump comes around and want to go in there and take care of business, and you guys are like, nah, we're not helping y'all. We got policies in place because we want our illegals. We want to be able to illegally elect our own officials. We want to keep our own voters in, whether they're rapers or murderers or kidnappers, pedos. We want to keep them. There you go, Virginia. All right, Tommy Robertson posted this, y'all. So we're under siege. Not with all these illegals, whether they're Middle Eastern, Somalian, right, Haitians. Most of the ones that we're going to be having problems with are the ones who are practice Islam. So Tommy Robertson posted this. He says Islamic scholar in Chicago, and this is what they say. And I don't know what I don't even know why we haven't been paying attention to this and why we've allowed this. What, does he have a right to say this? Well, I think this spreads hate, and I don't think somebody who is here on a green card or a visa, or he did get immigration status to where he's an American citizen, but if he's spewing stuff like this, he needs to go. You need to flick him like a bug. We did not come here to coexist. We are superior to everyone else, and we will not be suppressed. If other religions want to live with us, they have to worship Allah. When they tell you their plans, believe them. This is what this guy says. And he's right. This is what they want to do.
Unfortunately, these days we don't repeat this enough, or we don't have this aqidah concept firm in our minds that Islam did not come to coexist.
Oops.
Islam لا يعلى. Islam يعلو ولا يعلى عليه. And Islam is raised high and nothing is raised above Islam. We can't think of Islam that it came to live with these other religions in the sense that Islam is a religion amongst those religions, and they have a share with the truth. And they have a share of justice, and they have a share of, this worship of Allah, the correct worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Islam came to correct all of that. Islam came to remove the oppression of all those religions, and it is the only truth, and it is the only way to justice.
This is what they believed. This is what they tried to do during the Crusades. They were on a mission to spread Islam. Kill everybody, subjugate them, tax them. Yeah. They are not going to assimilate. They're here. They're here to take us over. And if they can't beat us, they're going to breed us. Breed us out. Y'all need to check out Nick Sorter. He posted this on X. Check out his YouTube page. He's one of the boots on the ground. I would call him a journalist. He's like an independent journalist. He goes and reports what he sees. Nick Shirley, I think, is more of a journalist than Don Sucks Lemons. Literally. Because Nick Shirley never gives a political response. He just reports. He just reports the truth. And he's a Christian. And I respect him for that. And you know, he's only 23 years old. He is an inspiration. The House Oversight Committee has officially voted to hold Bill and Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress for ignoring a subpoena. This will now move on to the full House, which could very likely result in at least Hillary being arrested. They arrested Barno and Noraro for the exact same reason. And both of them spent time in prison. Let's go, people. What a time. What a time. And I think those bells that we played earlier, because Pam Bondi arrested those two retards for storming and terrorizing the church. We need the bells ringing again when Hillary Clinton is in handcuffs, because they sent those two guys, and those two guys spent time in prison. I remember seeing them get arrested. They had all that footage on them, locking up, had them in cuffs, putting them in the car. Yeah, man, they televised all of it. Boom, made a big spectacle of it. Of course, that's what the left wants to do, make a huge spectacle of this stuff. And I don't think we need to be petty, but I'd say you need to film it. We need to see it. We need to see it. Well, you can call that a spectacle or not, but I just call it justice. That's what I call it. Justice. Kristen Sherwood, a teacher at Gills News in Texas, gave a lesson demonizing ICE, suggesting that they are racist and giving students instructions on how to avoid ICE agents. This guy. This is paid with your tax dollars to indoctrinate students. This is paid to indoctrinate our children. And listen to this guy.
We're talking about ICE. What does ICE stand for?
Immigration, control?
Immigration and Customs Enforcement, okay?
Now listen to the voices of the students. Okay? Just listen to how they sound.
Okay. Guys who kind of look like cops. Is ICE above the law? No one is above the law, and if they break it, they should be held accountable, just like any of y'all, right? Can ICE lie to you?
Yes.
Yes, they can, and they absolutely will. They'll also try and bait you into saying or doing something that'll get you in trouble. Don't take the bait. Can ICE profile you?
Yes.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Yes, they can. ICE can judge and target you based off the color of your skin, the language that you speak, or the job that you work. However, do y'all remember this card from the beginning of the year? Yeah? These are your rights. Do not open the door. Stranger Danger 101. Don't answer any questions. You have the right to be silent, so be silent. Do not sign anything without talking to a lawyer. You are a minor. It is not your job to go toe-to-toe with ICE. The best thing you can do is probably just stay away from ICE. Can I hear y'all say, I want my lawyer?
I want my lawyer.
Yes.
Repeat after me. The cheese is moldy. The cheese is moldy. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb. Now, I did ask Rock earlier when I was doing show prep. I don't think it's going to let me pull it up, but maybe it'll let me pull up history. Let me see. No, but what I did read was that he is gay. Maybe I read that in the comments. I went to the comment section. Said he was gay. I don't know if it's true. And that, but anyway, most of the students to me sound like they are Hispanic. Just going out on a limb here. This is in Texas. So he's telling them avoid ICE. So what? So does he know most of his students are illegals? Their parents are illegals? ICE is not hunting down young people. They're getting hardened criminals first. But guys, how do you feel about teachers teaching these kids this? I think he's teaching them because they're Hispanic. And am I wrong? I mean, why would you tell white kids this, or even naturally born? Because look, it's still in SCOTUS on whether right to birth citizenship, and I think that's going to get overturned. I really do. I've been researching it, watching this other attorney. They've been talking about it. He's pulled up the Constitution. It doesn't even say it in the Constitution. We've been lied to. We have been lied to all these years that there's birthright citizenship. It is not true. It is not in the Constitution. Go Google it yourself. Well, I thought about introducing the video like I normally do. But I want you to be surprised. I want you to hear what this guy says in a so-called church.
We live in an apocalyptic time. Can I get an amen? We wear whistles as part of our liturgical garb, all of us. Trusted institutions are failing us. The Constitution is largely ignored by parts of the ruling party. Cruelty is celebrated, and defense of neighbors is demonized. Our streets are patrolled by masked thugs. They appear to be laws unto themselves. They terrorize and they kill. Today's scripture refers to Jesus as the Lamb of God. Such is the language of the fourth gospel. The apocalyptic book of Revelation is said to be written by those in the Johannine community, or the community of the beloved disciple, or the community of the fourth gospel. The Lamb language shows up a lot in John and shows up a lot in the last book of the Bible, the book of Revelation. The Lamb is metaphorically referred to as Jesus, but also metaphorically the enemy of the beast or the emperor. In Revelation, the beast tries to look like the lamb, using the lamb's words and twisting them.
I think that's what he's doing. Wow. He's twisting the twist? He's a gay preacher, obviously. Look what he's wearing. And he's got some crazy bird on each side of it. I've seen this before in some other gay churches and stuff. It's like, what are they? This is insane. Are they just lying to themselves? Do they just ignore the Bible? Or they just don't want to deal with the Old Testament? Nah, you can't be laying with a man. You know, it's an abomination. Oh, no, wait. Nah, that's the Old Testament. I don't know, guys. But we wear whistles. And we're in the end times. Where masked thugs are taking our citizens. Our law-abiding, peaceful citizens. Did he even mention all the thousands of people who've been murdered by illegals? Nope. Not a word. Did he pray for them? Nope. I haven't heard him pray for them. Did he say, well, the Border Patrol needs to get out these heinous people who grape and murder and are pedophiles out of this country or thrown in prisons. Nope, not a word. But nope. Right is wrong and wrong is right. It's on full display right here. It's on full display. Let's see what else this idiot's going to say.
The outlets amplify the narrative of the beast and squelch or belittle the narrative of the lamb. Too many of our family and even our neighbors are drunk by the wine of the beast. They sing, "Who is like the beast? Who can stop him?" Hear this. Apocalypse means revealing. So what is being revealed in this time and place, in this apocalyptic landscape? How can we heal this broken world?
I don't know. USCC pastor. I don't know what UCC stands for, and I can't ask Grok yet. Suggests the beast in the book of Revelation is ICE agents in the empire that supports them. Look what he's wearing. I don't know. Somebody tell me, what kind of church is this? It looks kind of like it's some gay crap. I don't know, man. This is creepy. Creep factor. Welcome new subscribers anyway. If anybody's watching this, thank you and welcome, and I appreciate your support. Just make sure you hit that like button. If you can, leave a comment. If not, just comment hi. Hey, what's up? Have a great day. Or something, right? Or ask people to pray for the country. Pray for somebody in your family, right? Anything. Just leave a comment, and it's absolutely free to subscribe to this channel. And hit that like button so this algorithm can get out there. Now, yesterday I did a video talking about the hoax where these people got $200,000 in a GoFundMe because they said ICE agents tear gassed their child. Right? Tear gassed their child. But we had some new stuff come up. The Jackson family tear gas story just got worse. Destiny Jackson is actually Destiny Bradshaw, convicted in a 2019 murder and robbery. Oh my God. She lured a 21-year-old man to North Minneapolis via Facebook as part of a robbery plot. Guys, don't be hooking up with people you don't know on Facebook or anywhere else. For Pete's sake, don't be retarded. He was shot and killed. Good God, I bet his family is devastated. She pled guilty to aiding and abetting. I think it was this post that I went to research because I want to know, did she serve any time for this? For aiding and abetting? How much time? Or did she just get a slap on the wrist and then she just had to serve probation and pay a fine? Now she's the face of the tear gas hoax that raised $200,000. Good Lord. So she's just a criminal, guys. A criminal. All these people are criminals that are accusing ICE of doing criminal things because they're hypocrites. I don't know how else to say it. Live stream footage shows her and her husband actively riding while their children were allegedly unattended in a vehicle for 45 minutes. Could you imagine leaving your kid in a riot zone for 45 minutes? I don't know what's happening with my computer. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to have to go in and do some more research and see what's going on, or complain to OBS, which it's a free application. I can't complain too much now, can I? Because it's free. Changed her name. Changed her story. Same pattern. And we've got some video footage. We have got some video footage, and I'm going to make myself a little smaller so we can see. You can see the car that the kids were in. And then, let's just check this out. Watch
Fireworks were exchanged. We were leaving South Minneapolis from our son's basketball game at Anderson Middle School.
As the night unfolded,
we started to see, lights and stuff.
One North Minneapolis family trying to make their way home.
Like, even trying to leave, I couldn't go backwards, forward. It was like I was just stuck.
Destiny and Sean Jackson, along with their 6 kids, had just left the nearby grocery store after the game when they turned onto Lyndale. Sean says they tried to take a side street after they saw the crowds.
There's nothing we can do if it's blocked off.
Sean and Destiny say they were stuck between crowds of protesters and law enforcement. When law enforcement tried to disperse the crowd,
all we heard was boom, and every airbag deployed.
They say a flashbang went off near their car as tear gas enveloped them.
And I was screaming to my oldest son, Sean. I'm like, get out, get out. Like, I can't, Mom, and I can't breathe.
Destiny says bystanders pulled her into a home to check on her as she screamed that her 6-month-old child was still in the car.
He was just like lifeless, like he had like foam like around his mouth, and he had tears coming out his eyes. I was giving him mouth to mouth, and I remember stopping and I said, I will give you all my breath till you get yours back, because
oh shoot,
nobody wants to see their kids like that.
The family was taken to the hospital, all now okay.
Like, my kids' stuff is still in the car. My son's school stuff.
A family on their way home, caught in chaos. Fireworks.
Which was all BS. It was all BS. Now, y'all know Armstrong, who just got perk walked. Yeah, they finally made an arrest. And we've made 2 arrests. But look at this. BLM activist and Minnesota church raid organizer spreads debunked ICE baby gassing story on CNN. And of course, CNN don't call him out. I don't think CNN called him out. Nakima Levy Armstrong went on CNN and repeated the viral claim that ICE almost killed a 6-month-old baby by tear gassing a family's SUV. I heard that. I think I played that video yesterday. One problem, it's been debunked. Video shows the parents weren't innocent bystanders. They participated in the riot and left their baby in the car for 45 minutes. But here she is on national television invoking it anyway to attack ICE. Who is she? The same activist who organized the church storming in Minnesota openly praised convicted cop killer Aseta Shurka, calling her a brave, wise, powerful, and revolutionary black woman. The black woman on the planet. The media keeps giving her a platform. And here she is when she says it. I do think we played this clip yesterday. We went through so much stuff.
People's homes and bring high-powered military weapons. They've been allowed to use flashbang grenades, tear gas, most recently almost killing a 6-month-old baby who was riding in a vehicle with their family. Y'all,
I don't know if y'all remember Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Boy, were they the biggest race grifters, I think, in black American history. That they hadn't done nothing for the blacks. They did everything for themselves. Now, I know I'm old, but y'all remember Jesse Jackson back in the day, like back in the late 70s, early 80s, and he'd wear those, they'd be going on these protests, and he was fat back then. My God, he looks... I thought he had cancer or something now, guys. I know he's like in his later 70s, but he is so skinny and thin. I thought, oh my God, he's lost all this weight. But he's this big old fat black guy, man, back in the day. And he was wearing those 70s, what are the jumpsuits? Not jumpsuits, warm-up suits. Like jogging suit. He used to wear those. But there was an incident that they peddled and stirred up so much stuff, even before a lot of facts even came out, where this little girl had lied and said these men did all these things to her and all of this stuff. And I can't think of what the girl's name is, but I had just thought of it just now. But y'all could go research all the stupid crap, the lies that Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton... I'm telling you, man, Al Sharpton was huge. He was fat back in the day. If you look at him now, you're like, my God, I hadn't seen him in like probably 20 years, I guess. And then I saw him on MSNBC like he had a show. And I was like, oh my God. It was a shock. It was a shock when I saw him. I thought, I kind of felt sorry for him. I was like, oh, is he sick? Because he was so thin. He was almost, I almost didn't recognize him. That's what's such a drastic change it was. But they would peddle these same kind of lies just to keep stirring that pot. And I guarantee you, she's supposed to be an attorney. Wouldn't you think if you're going to get on national television and you're an attorney and you want to uphold your reputation, that you want to get your facts straight before you just start running your mouth? I mean, I'm just a nobody and I'm on here and I really want to fact check stuff. I don't want to spout something I don't know, or I'm spouting rumors. I heard a rumor. So no, I mean, I don't get it. I'm like Jackson. What's her name? I don't understand. Remember the family that raised $200,000 after claiming ICE tear gassed their baby while they were just trying to drive home from a basketball game. New footage shows the parents were at the riot. Keep in mind they left those kids in the car for 45 minutes. And guys, it's tough to know who to give money to. It really is. I would recommend if you want to donate money to help people out, don't find a church that's in your area, research those churches, and see what they're doing for the community. There's a lot of great churches here where I live that do a wonderful job. They do a better job than the government, helping homeless people, helping people with addiction, and this kind of thing, where they have these farms that you can go, literally farms, that you could be sponsored. You go to this farm and you're there and you've got to be committed. And you're there for a year. They have I guess they call it I don't know if it's like a fellowship. What is it? Well, it's a mission. And this particular one is for men only. And they go and they have to be committed and they've got to stay there a year. So what they do is they work on the farm. I mean, they're doing gardening or whatever. They're plowing, taking care of horses, cattle, all of it, homesteading. Keeping people busy, giving them something to do, teaching them something. They're building stuff. And plus, they're learning the Word of God. It's amazing. My niece's church, Calvary Baptist, I believe. And I think there's Calvary Baptists all over the United States. But they do this. They do this. And they have one for women, too. Now, I don't know what the women do. I don't know if they have a farm for the women, but they have a women's program as well to help women get off the streets. Like, stop selling your body. Stop doing this kind of stuff. Had to get a shot of her crying because it's so pathetic. But I don't know what the women do, but look, a lot of these churches, actually, the money they get from their congregation goes to literally helping people. And that's what you want to look for. Don't give any money to an NGO or to a Democrat fundraising party. And if you're not comfortable with a Republican Party, then don't do it. If you can't go, if you go and ask them, I want to know where all the money's going. Because they're talking about the teachers' union's money. It's been going to fund these riots, to fund Democrat lefts. Yeah, I read something about it earlier. I was like, what? We don't even have time to get to it. I had so much more stacks of stuff to go through. It's incredible. But, guys, you have to be careful. There's people out there that are just predators, and they just take advantage of high-trust society. So when you got low IQ means low trust. We are high trust. They take advantage of us. That's what they do. All right, we've gone an hour. We are going to wrap it up with this wonderful news as well. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for small miracles. We'll take them. We'll take them. We'll take what we can, right? We'll take what we can. So we've had 2 arrests in the terrorist attack on the church. Can we get an amen, ladies and gentlemen? At least we have some arrests. Now, Don Sucks Lemons needs to be next on that list. We want to see that picture of that perk walk. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Now look at this. DHS memo confirms ICE agents do not need judicial warrants to enter a home and arrest an illegal alien gang member, grapers, or pedos with a final order of removal. Every viral video hyped by the Democrats of federal agents entering a residence is a hoax. It's all propaganda. It's all the people are retarded. And I think a lot of them know. They know. But either they've got a legion of just low IQ people who are gullible, which is sad because they're preying upon them. What was it, Stalin or Lenin? Which one was it, guys? You could tell me in the comments, because I can't ask Grok yet. I think I got another 30 minutes or so before I can start using Grok again. Because I used it too many times. Calls them useless idiots. Something to that effect. Useless idiots. So these people, the powers that be on the left, are using useless idiots to do their dirty work, their bidding, because they're not out there. There was a video of Tampon Tim he was outside some gates. I don't know if it was his home, but there was like a crowd of people, and him and his wife, it looked like, and he was on the other side of the gate, and he had a horn, and he's talking. And he's all like, yeah, y'all got to keep protesting and stick together. The neighbors starting together. And he's like, blah, 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 right? Like encouraging the crowd to keep doing what they're doing, to go protest and this kind of thing. And I was like watching it. I think I did clip it, but we don't have time to get to it. I was like, well, why ain't he out there with them? He's using them as useless idiots. That's what my when I was watching it, and I think I saw it last night, and I kind of do show prep at night while I'm chilling. I'll see stuff and I'll clip it over and just call it my stack of stuff. And I was like, he's treating all of them. They're just useless idiots. He's just whatever he says, just do it. They're all like, yay, screw ICE, F ICE. They're taking our neighbors. They're just going illegally without warrants. They're wearing masks. But is Tampon Tim out there on the streets with them? We saw Omar. We did see her. We certainly did. I think because she is low IQ. A retard. At least Tampon Tim, he probably knows better. Is what I'm thinking, right? So maybe Omar is somewhat of a useless idiot, but the rest of them are just... You just got mindless sheep that just believe all of this stuff and go and do all this kind of protesting. It's insane, right? It's like, I don't even know. Jackson, I don't know what a woman is. She says, I don't understand. And she's DEI hire, and she is on SCOTUS, the highest court in the land, and she half the time don't understand. Y'all go research that because it is hilarious. Check out Andrew Branca. The Andrew Branca show. Oh, man, he scorches her. It's amazing.
What? But according to this memo, federal agents are now authorized and have been authorized to use administrative warrants to enter homes and arrest someone, and this is the important part, who has a final order of removal. Now, for years, immigration advocates and legal groups have urged people not to open their door unless they are shown a warrant signed by a judge, which is the judicial warrant. The difference between a judicial warrant and an administrative warrant is the judge's signature. Apparently, this isn't new. The memo was signed by acting ICE Director Todd Lyons in May of last year, saying in part, although DHS has not historically relied on administrative warrants to arrest aliens subject to final orders of removal, the office has recently determined the Constitution, the Immigration and Nationality Act, and immigration regulations do not prohibit relying on those administrative warrants for that purpose. A Homeland Security spokesperson telling the Associated Press today, everyone the department serves with an administrative warrant has already had a full due process and final order of removal.
Booyah.
What?
Booyah, baby. What? All right, hold up. What is this? Anti-ICE demon William Kelly admits to Don Lemon that he went into the church in St. Paul on Sunday to disrupt their Sunday and to deny them comfort. Kelly is admitting to harassing people as they prayed in church. This is a blatant federal crime. Well, let's hear this again. Oh, good night. He just looks like a maniac.
All the people in this church, they're living real comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. So if we disturb their Sunday, oh no, nobody should have comfort right now while our immigrant communities are afraid to leave their houses. All the people in this church, they're living.
Well, there you go. We need a list of names. And we'll have a retard of the year. So we know we got him, we got Don Lemon, we got the attorney, and then that other woman that's on the board of some kind of board of education. Good Lord. Those three could be on the list. But it's just January, so we need to start a list of the top retards of 2026. I'll make a list. I will. I think I'm gonna do that as soon as I wrap this video up. I'm gonna start a list and then we can add to it. Now you could put in the comments like who else can be added to this retard list. The top retards. There could be many in this top. I mean, it could be 50, it could be 10, it could be 100. I don't know. There's gonna be a whole lot of retards for 2026. I'm just seeing it. We know Tampon Tim. Fry, him, Don Lemon. I mean, the list is going already. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, they didn't show up to the Congress hearings. Retards. Retards of the year. All right. Well, there you go. We're going to wrap this up because this video is long and I still had a stack of stuff. I never can get it all in one video. It'd be a 2-hour video. But anyway, thank you for joining me. And like and subscribe. And always remember, don't be a retard.